Hello everyone, this is my video review of the Mosin Nagant M39 Finnish rifle purchased from Classic Firearms. I'm here making this review today in order to both review the purchase I made as well as take a video for anyone who might be considering purchasing one, and also just go over a little bit of the history and details about this particular rifle. So I purchased this rifle with the third shipment from Classic Firearms, and I purchased it on December 4th. It arrived on December 22nd to my FFL dealer. This was a VKT hand select. Along with that, I had a special request for a stock that did not have a toe splice, and once we kind of get back over that end of the rifle, I'll show you what I mean. Commonly with a lot of the M39s, stock repairs, stuff like that were very common, and just purely for cosmetic reasons, I was hoping to get a rifle that did not have one of those. Didn't expect anything, but they did provide, which is very nice of them. So you'll see a toe splice will commonly have this part of the stock removed. In this case, this does not. There are a couple things that show that this rifle was likely a refurbished rifle. First thing being, along with the stock, which, as you can see, is very nice all in all. It has these square splices in the center. These square splices indicate it's a post-war stock, likely made in the 1960s or later. In addition, the buttstock here is a reinforced buttstock. As you can see, those two reinforcements right there, that indicates that the stock was made post 1956. Let's see what else. So I guess starting from the end of the rifle here, you can see that, as is true with a lot of M39s, they're kind of a mismatch of different parts from different places. Right here, right by the screw, you can see an arrow which indicates what I think is the Strogetsk, I'm probably butchering that name, arrow. Along with, there's a couple other markings on here which are very faint. I'm thinking this butt plate was likely scrubbed and then reused on this. We have, as is true with all M39s, the two different sling points for both regular and mounted troop use. It's coming forward to here. Let's look at the, I guess the magazine right here. The magazine, and I guess most of the rifle, has about, I would say, 50% bluing left. In my special instructions, I said if there was one that had a nicer stock as opposed to better bluing, to select that one. So kind of got what I asked for there. All in all, nothing bad at all. As you can see right here by the magazine screw, that's actually a Tula T, before the Tula adopted the star and arrow marking. On the bottom here, we have the last four of the serial number, 8634. Magazine release trigger. I have not disassembled this rifle at all or cleaned it of any cosmoline. This is exactly how I got it. So you'll probably see some cosmoline in here inside the action and so forth. Right here we have the serial number as well. And underneath this, if you guys know what any of these numbers mean, I don't know. There's an 8 on this side and a 1 on this side. I'm not sure what those represent. So if I make any factual errors or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment on this video. The bolt right here, again, matching for the serial number. The bolt was likely scrubbed and part of the refurbishment process. So moving forward here to the barrel, we have the SA mark, meaning this was property of the Finnish army. And right here, it's a 36, then the VKT symbol and a 00. That's a pressure-proof marking, meaning that this rifle was fired and the barrel was tested to ensure that it could stand up to firing the 7.62 round. So right here on the barrel itself, we have the Valmet VKT insignia, the serial number 28634, and the year of production 1941. With the 1941 production, it's very likely that this would have seen action in the continuation war in Finland. The D marking right there, that stamp means that this barrel was opened up from originally accepting the 7.62 by 53 rimmed Finnish round to the 7.62 by 54 rimmed just, I guess, Russian round. The D166 bullet, which Finland adopted during that time, had a slightly wider, I think it went from a 0.308 to a 0.31 diameter bore. So basically, it allowed that this rifle could shoot any captured Soviet machine gun and rifle bullets as well, which a lot of them used. So inside the hammer as well, we have a couple insignia. Let's see if I can bring that out there. First one that's highly visible on the top. If I can find it. might. A couple markings right here, actually. I can see. I'm not sure what those mean. There's an X and a diamond, and it looks like a B or an 8. Not sure what those are. But this is an Ijevsk bolt carriage. You can see on this side right here. We have the Ijevsk triangle and arrow marking right there. So again, a mismatch of parts, as is typical. Right here. I believe that there's also inside there, when I took it out, there's the old Ijevsk bow and arrow symbol. So then we have right here some cosmoline on the front sights. Something nice about the front sights and side markings right there. They have both notches on one side for smaller increments, as well as single notches on the other side for larger increments. So if you hold down one of these thumbtacks, or thumb notches, I suppose, you can adjust directly to 300, 400, 500 yards, etc. The sights also flip up for volley fire. And you can see inside there the different notches. So that would have been used for volley fire. Okay, going forward, I will say probably my only complaint about this rifle would be on the handguard here in the front. There is a very large noticeable crack. So that's unfortunate, especially having ordered hand select there. I don't expect that to impact the barrel harmonics or anything like that at all, because the M39 is supposedly a free floated barrel. And I appreciate them, keeping the original part of the rifle in there, but that is unfortunate. And right here, we have the import markings, very discreet on the bottom here. We have the laser stenciled 7.62 by 54R, and then the importer right here, M39, Finland, from Fort Knox, Tennessee, something like that. So that's my review of the M39 rifle from Classic Firearms. I will try to get a couple pictures to include at the end of this video of some of the other markings that I find as I kind of disassemble and clean the rifle, as well as a picture of the bore as well. Thank you. So now, removing the bolts, just done by depressing the trigger. A little difficult to do with one finger, or one hand. We can examine this a little closer, and you can see some of the stampings, the serial, and another Ijevsk stamp right there, which is the bow and arrow. So, looking down the barrel for the rifling, I'd say this rifling is pretty good. I'm not sure if demarked barrels, even if the throat has been marked up or opened up, are necessarily better or not, but let's see if I can get this balanced. So hopefully this will give you a good idea of the inside of the barrel. It is dirty. I have not cleaned it, but the lancing grooves look pretty intact, especially considering that this rifle was made in, or at least the barrel was made in 1941. So if you are purchasing, I would say, barrel condition is, very good, if not even closer to excellent once cleaned out. So that pretty much wraps up my review of the M39 rifle. Again, if I made any mistakes, or if you recognize any stamps that I did not know, please leave a comment, because it's always fun to learn more about the rifle. Overall, I'd rate this, a very good purchase, or a very good rifle, and I would certainly recommend anyone who's thinking about it going to pick one of these up. Thanks.